My name is Ruth Golden. I was basically introduced to suicide on January 15th, 1985. I was a sophomore at a college in Minnesota, and I was working the admissions office, got called into the dean's office, and I was like, I don't know what I did. I was a little nervous, but did not expect when I got there the man to say, basically, your father called with some very bad news this morning, your mother killed herself. My world crumbled. I didn't understand anything, the words, the concept, nothing about it. I went home. My dad kind of went through the day, the facts of the day. We read her note. The next day I listened to him make calls to other people and kind of formed this story in my head of who she was and why she died. 2 days later was the funeral, and after that, the next day, I was dropped back off at school and told to carry on. This was something that my family always did. That was kind of how they grew up. And back in the 80s, life was a little different, and the stigma was a lot bigger. And nobody ever actually said, "Don't talk about it." We just never did. So for 30 years, I kind of put it to the side. I said, intellectually, I understand it. I don't need therapy about that. I need therapy about whatever's going on now. So I made a career for myself in television. Everything was going sort of fine. And then I was coming close to 50, and suddenly I had a huge panic attack in a Target. Had to go to the hospital and realized that there was stuff going on I needed to deal with. I got some real help and kind of decided to make a change in my life. I was sick of my career, but I wanted to use my skills as a storyteller to start telling my own story instead of all the people's I've been telling for years. And decided to do a documentary related to suicide, and so I got involved in the community. I started volunteering at Santa Monica Walk last year with the AFSP. I went to a grief support group, which was unbelievable, and for me, because even though it was recent, people that had recent losses, I was able to let it all out and really grieve with them. And it's just been an astounding year. Just being around people who have experienced this has changed my life incredibly. I can talk freely. I don't have to qualify, explain anything about what happened. I can just say my mother died by suicide and I'll accept it. And it's a great community, and I know everybody's working really hard to reduce it, to reduce both the stigma and the numbers. So, these walks are great. They bring people together. They bring awareness out. So I hope you join us and just, use our resources. And just if you see somebody in trouble, get them to talk. Talking helps. I can't tell you how many people have opened up to me just by telling them what I'm doing. And it's been an incredible year of just growing and learning and transitioning into a new life where charity was my thing, where I say working in the world of suicide is actually making me happy. So it's meaningful. And that's gonna give it back to Lauren.